Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I haven't uploaded for the past 2 days, and the reason for that is I've been away. Me and the wife went down to Cornwall to stay at a haunted hotel for a night called the Jamaica Inn. So if you want to find out anything about that, I don't believe in ghosts, but there was a couple of interesting things that happened. So what I'll do is I'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the video, just in case you're interested in finding out anything about that, whether you're interested in haunted hotels or whether you just want to find out about my experience. But more importantly, Arne Slot kicked off his Liverpool Anfield career today in the Premier League, where we have just beaten Brentford 2-0, which marks actually a very successful weekend for me in terms of match prediction. So not only did I get the starting lineup correct, I also predicted the score correct at 2-0 to Liverpool. So I'll give myself a pat on the back. I don't actually win anything for guessing correctly, but it's always good to get some good predictions in, especially this early in the season. But I think what I want to do now is just give a quick review of the match, give my thoughts, give a quick review of what I thought happened, what I liked, what I didn't like. But yeah, so we'll start off with one of the things I did like, or a few of the things I did like. In terms of the game, I'm going to be honest, I felt comfortable all the way through. I know that there was a few chances where Brentford had the opportunity to counter-attack us, but every time we looked really calm, really comfortable, even from set pieces. I think they had the one opportunity, which was a great save from Alisson, but other than that, I can't remember them really troubling us that much. I thought at 1-0, whilst I wasn't overly confident that we would go out and score more goals, I think I was fairly confident that we wouldn't concede either. So I was actually very, I sat enjoying the game. It was nice to be able to watch a game whereby, you're not panicking because Liverpool are like throwing loads of men forward and things like that. So for me, I was just really happy with the way that we played. I thought there was some excellent bits of play in there as well. To be honest, there was some of the link-up play between like Salah, Szoboszlai. I think McAllister was involved at one point. Luis Diaz, Trent. Jota as well. Like, it was brilliant. Like, I know one of the things that I've heard a lot of people say is that under Arne Slot, obviously he's with the Netherlands, the Dutch style of football, it's very much total football, and some of the football that we saw him playing or saw Liverpool playing was absolutely amazing. I'm thinking about where the one chance where Salah got round onto the left-hand side of the pitch, and it was just loads of little one-touch passes in and around the box. They flicked it through, and then there's a good bit of defending from them to kick the ball away before Salah could have his chance, his shot on goal. And there was just loads of little bits of play like that. There was one part where Gravenberch, he looked... Gravenberch is a player that makes me laugh when he plays. He almost... he takes everything in such a way that it looks like he's kind of lazy when he's doing it. It almost like it's coming a bit naturally to him. So, and there was one part around the halfway line where he got the ball, he flicked it up, flicked it over to, I think it was Diaz on the wing, who then knocked it back inside to him. And we just looked comfortable in the ball. We looked like we wanted the ball the whole time. We looked like when we did have the ball, we knew exactly how to use it. It was just a very good, calm performance from us. Both goals were really good. I was going to do a video, so one of the things I was going to do for a video was I saw the interview with Jamie Carragher and Arne Slot, and the first question I think Carragher asked, and even today to a degree in the post-match interview, they keep on referring to like Jurgen Klopp and Arne Slot's football compared to Jurgen Klopp's football, and I kind of thought to myself, like, it's at what point do they stop bringing up Jurgen Klopp? I don't want to, obviously I know Klopp means a lot to so many of us, and I'm perfectly happy with him answering some questions about it, but at some point I think with pundits especially, they need to accept that this is now Slot's team. We're playing Slot's football, and whilst yes, there may be some similarities to Jurgen Klopp, we need to move on from that. But then the first goal that we scored was quintessentially a Jurgen Klopp goal. So anything I was planning on talking about was completely taken away by that first goal. It was a brilliant counter-attacking move. Salah obviously winning the ball, breaking through to Jota, who's run, and the run from Diaz. So I watch a lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators all around Liverpool Football Club, and one thing that seems to be going around at the moment is about Luis Diaz and about his overall quality. I like Luis Diaz. I think as someone who, when I used to play football, played in a similar position, I like his directness, that when he gets the ball, he looks to turn and drive at people. I do like him. However, I do agree that when it comes to his end product, he needs to improve it. But today, 1 goal, 1 assist, you literally can't ask for more. The run he made and the way he was found by Jota, and then just that direct run and then to hit it with his left foot with power to just beat the keeper at the near post. It was just a brilliant goal, which, you know, it took me back to so many goals that Liverpool have scored throughout the years, where it's just a counter attack from a set piece from the other team, then we counter and then we score, which is ironic considering you look at the first game of the season we played against Ipswich, and then in Brentford there was one chance where they were trying to counter from the corner, and yet again I think Sabazla done a fantastic job of like chasing Mbeumo all the way back down the pitch and then eventually snuffing it out. But the way that we scored the goal just literally shows that no one scores counter-attacking goals better than how Liverpool score counter-attacking goals. It was just like, it was out of the Jurgen Klopp playbook. So it kind of changed my mind about the video that I was going to record. So instead, we're just going to move away from that completely. In terms of like the overall control of the game, you listen to when Slot has interviews and he talks about the way that he wants Liverpool to play is a lot more controlled. Get the ball, recycle it, but then have that intensity when we lose the ball to like really sort of chase it and bust the gut to get the ball back. And you see in every game that we're playing so far, we get the ball and then we'll slow the game down if we need to. We'll look at, you know, one of the things that he's been mentioning quite a lot is risk versus, you know, risk reward. And you can see Liverpool are just, they'll get the ball and they'll just play it around and play it around and play it around, and they're trying to work these opportunities to then be able to finally like break in and get that goal scoring opportunity. He was talking a lot about with getting Darwin to score, like putting the ball in front of the goal for the strikers to score, and you can see Liverpool are a lot calmer now. I think we still need to work on a few little bits and pieces in terms of that. One thing I noticed that we did do a lot in this game was we overloaded sort of one side of the pitch. So there's a lot of time where we'd build up on the right-hand side, and then we'd use Trent's passing to be able to switch it over to the left-hand side, where you'd have the likes of Robertson or Diaz, who were open, because Brentford had shifted a lot of their players over to the other side to be able to, you know, to combat the overload that Liverpool had created over there. And I thought that was a really good tactic, especially against the team that was playing with, obviously there's a 3 at the back, but then they had the 2 wing backs coming back to make a back 5. By creating the overload and then switching it, it was really sort of taking the one side out of the equation a lot. I thought that was really good the way we done that. But yeah, I think in terms of things that we could improve on, I think mainly just creating chances in the game, especially in the first half. I think we had 5 efforts on goal in the first half, and then in the second half, I think it was 14, I do believe. But if we could sort of step that up in the first half, I know that there's a lot of like feeling out the other team, trying to work the opportunity, keeping possession, tiring them out, and then we go for it more in the second half. But I just felt like in the first half there was a few times where we probably could have worked the ball a bit smarter to create a goal scoring opportunity. I think we was unlucky with some efforts. Robertson's header, which I think just smacked the keeper in the face. Cody Gakpo had a chance that hit the bar. There was a few chances where Robertson also had another chance as well, where I think he had a quick look across the box, saw no one was there, so just tried his luck. Trent had an effort blocked over the bar as well. I noticed with this game, especially compared to the Ipswich game, we were more than happy to commit both fullbacks further forward, especially at the start of the game. And then we saw Trent sort of coming inside a little bit more, but mainly I think Trent was keeping his width on the right-hand side. And I saw Robertson come inside a lot more, especially in the attacking third, to be fair. There was a few occasions where I saw Robertson getting forward and then sort of tucking in around the edge of the area, which I thought was interesting, and must have been a way that we were looking to sort of combat that, you know, that defensive block where you've got 5 at the back plus their midfielder stepping in there as well to sort of help out. But yeah, very good. Very, very pleased with the performance. I thought Robertson had a good game. I thought Diaz had a good game. I thought Kanate was amazing. I don't remember him having such a strong performance in terms of nothing went past him. He was super solid. If maybe he saw Kwanzaa starting in the Ipswich game and he thought to himself, nope, I want my starting slot back. So he was amazing. Van Dijk as strong as always. Trent, his range of passing is just absolutely insane. I also want to say, I do think Trent was going for goal on every corner that he took. I remember watching a video inside the training ground where Slot was making him sort of like try and score from behind the goal line, like whipping it round. And it looked like he was trying his best to score direct from a corner on every occasion, which, I mean, if you can see a keeper off the line and you have the ability to do it, by all means go for it. But also, you never know what it's going to create on the rebound as well. If the keeper's scrambling to get to that near post to block it, and if the keeper saves it, it hits off the post, it could lead to a chance to score a goal from a rebound. So I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I thought Robertson's delivery from corners was a lot better today. I noticed in a few games previously, he's had issues beating the first man. Those issues just didn't seem to be there at all today. I thought he looked very good. He looked very sharp. He looked much better than the Ipswich game. I mentioned Diaz. Salah. I thought with Salah, obviously he had a great game. It's Salah. The battles that he was having was very good. He scored his goal. Some of the link-up play in and around the box was really, really good. But I think with the left fullback that they was playing, or the left wing-back, should we say, I think he's naturally a wide midfielder. So I'd like to have seen him like really go at the player a bit more and try and take him on with all of Salah's skills and experience and everything else that he's got. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that from him, but other than that, he was great. Gravenberch as the number 6 again. The guy, as I say, he's got this sort of like effortless way of doing things, and he looked comfortable. Obviously picked up the yellow card, which I was a little bit worried about with him getting a yellow card, because I have seen some of the challenges he tries to make, and they're not always fantastic. But yeah, he kept his cool, kept his composure, managed to pick up a second booking. McAllister, I think McAllister had quite a bit of a quiet game. I think he's slowly getting back into it. We saw little bits. There's a nice little flick that he done in the second half to try and create a breakaway for Liverpool. He's a player that I do really like. I'm a big fan of Alexis McAllister, and I think he's still getting to grips with the game as well. I just think that he's the best midfielder in that position. So Slot really can't do what he seems to be doing with Darwin, of like bringing him in for minutes, because getting him on the training ground, bringing him in and trying to get him fit that way. So instead, we're kind of playing him into that full match fitness, and I think he is getting there. I think today was better than the Ipswich game, but still a little bit quiet by his standards. I thought Szoboszlai was really, really good. His engine and his ability to like really run back and help defend, but then also play a big part in the build up to the attacks that we was having as well. I was really impressed with Szoboszlai's performance, and I think overall it was just a solid performance from everybody. I can't think of, there was no bad performance. Alisson, again, when needed, stepped up, but also, I like the way that when we have the ball with the defence, Alisson will move from the goal, like from the 6-yard box. He'll then move to the one side to create that extra passing option for him. But I don't think any of us really had an issue with Alisson being able to play those roles, so I was more than happy with the way that he played. But yeah, overall, a really good, solid performance. Jota, I think it wasn't his best game in front of goal, but again, he got the assist for Luis Diaz, which shows just how dangerous he is. I think at the moment he is still the best option for us in terms of a striker. I think, as Darwin shown, he still looks a bit rusty. He had the one chance with the header where he was about 3 yards offside when he shouldn't have been. Other than that, I don't think Darwin really made that much of an impact. But again, it's one of those where he hasn't played football for so long that he's going to be he's going to build his way back into it, and then hopefully we'll start seeing the best of Darwin in the future. Elliott came on for a bit. I don't think he really had much time to make an impact. The same with Endo. But I thought Bradley, every time Bradley comes on, I'm more and more impressed with him. He's got a real direct running style where he just bombs forward, but also he's defensively sound as well. To have that ability to attack the way he does, but also look comfortable when defending in the way that he does. It is impressive from him. No Tsimikas, which I thought was quite telling. I thought maybe he would have got some minutes, but no. I know there's still some rumours with Tsimikas maybe leaving the club, so I don't know if there's any indication in that. Same with Gomez, nothing about him either. So yeah, but that's my thoughts on the game. I thought it was a good, solid, comfortable 2-0 win. We're one of only 4 teams now that still has a 100% record, so that's good. Another 2-0 win, so that's 4 goals in 2 games, but more importantly, 2 clean sheets as well. It is nice to start this season going into games and just feeling confident about keeping the clean sheet. There was a lot last season where we went a goal behind and then started playing, whereas now we just look calm on the ball. We look defensively sound. Obviously, if they do manage to get past our defence, Alisson is the rock that he always is. And it's really nice to hear the comments from Alisson as well about how, you know, there was interest from Saudi, but he wants to stay at Liverpool. He wants to play for love and not money. He's happy. He wants to see out the rest of his contract and quote unquote maybe sign a new contract with us as well. So that's really good. But then it does open up a lot of questions about Mamadashvili and what's going on there. So I think it's one of those where we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, really nice to hear that. So yeah, so that's going to be the end of the football talk. So now if you want to hear about the ghost, should we call it the Ghost Hotel? We'll talk about that now. So, as I mentioned, I'm not really someone who believes in ghosts. I don't think my wife does either. I think she's a bit more open to it than I am. And on the whole, we didn't really experience anything. So we took the dog with us. And with the Jamaica Inn, for those who haven't seen it, there's a museum there as well. And then you have the rooms. And the room that we stayed in apparently is not haunted, but the room that was next door to us is. So in the museum, we didn't experience anything, but the dog was really strange. She was almost stressed out and kept on almost pulling to get out of the room, which I don't know why, because she's not normally like that. She can get stressed when she goes to new places. So that's what I put it down to. But I've never really seen her try and pull to get out of anywhere. So that was the first thing. Then inside the hotel room, everything was fine. Everything was calm. We went to bed. Then around about 2 o'clock in the morning, the dog started growling. So with my dog, what I will say is she does bark, she does whinge, and she does cry, but she doesn't really growl. She very, very rarely growls. I think she's 8 years old now, and I think I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've heard her growl. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, it was a really deep, low growl that I've not heard from her, and it was loud enough to wake up both me and my wife. But then checking the room, there was nothing that we could see. So I don't know if she had actually, maybe a noise outside or something could have startled her. But as I say, it's not normally in her nature to do those kind of things. Next, I didn't witness this, but my wife did. So when we were packing the stuff to leave, we loaded the car. We took it in turn, so one of us was with the dog, and then the other one went and loaded the car. And then finally, I took the dog to load her into the back of the car whilst my wife was doing a few final checks and then checking out. As when me and the dog left the room, my wife then said that she turned off the bathroom light, and then the lights, the main lights then suddenly started to flicker, and the bathroom door opened by itself. And then she heard the back door making a noise as like someone trying to open the back door. So it was windy, which could explain the noise on the back door. So there's that. But as to how the back door opened, the bathroom door, how that opened, I'm not sure, which is interesting. And then finally, when I got home, it was a long drive, so when I got home, jumped in the shower, back of my leg started stinging, and then when I checked in the mirror, I had this long scratch all the way down the back of my leg. It wasn't there before. I don't know where it came from. It could have come from the dog in the night, so just to carry out that. But yeah, a really long scratch all the way down the back of my leg. There's another like a fingernail claw mark on the front, but it's not. It's only like sort of only like this sort of big, so it's not very big. But this was the most interesting one, all the way down the back of my leg. Don't know where it come from. Don't know how it got there, as I say. Potentially it could have been the dog, but the dog sleeps next to me a lot, and she's never done anything like this during the night. So yeah, those are my findings. So hopefully, maybe we'll go down there again. I do have like a camcorder with night vision and stuff like that, so we're thinking maybe we'll go again and just record throughout the night and see if we can catch some more stuff. So yes. So that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all of the new subscribers that I've been getting lately. It's really appreciated, along with all the likes on the videos. I do appreciate all of it, so thank you very, very much. And in terms of this video, let me know in the comments. Let me know, how did you think Liverpool played? Was you happy with the performance? Is there anything that you noticed? I am planning on recording another video with more of a tactical deep dive based on what I saw today. But let me know anything that you noticed, anything you picked up, what you liked, what you didn't like, but also let me know who you thought was man of the match. For me, I know Luis Diaz on Sky, they gave it to Luis Diaz, but I thought genuinely Konate probably deserved it, in my opinion. I just thought he looked like an absolute rock at the back. And then also Szoboszlai was in with a shout, as well as Diaz and Trent as well. I thought they were all really good. But yeah, let me know in the comments, who did you think was man of the match? And I will catch you all in the next video, which as I say, will be more of a tactical breakdown of how I think the game left. So again, thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you all soon. Goodbye.